The gold-wrapped box is still in her hands when the whole world ends. Calera Monroe is standing in the middle of a ballroom, crystal chandeliers throwing warm light across white tablecloths, black and gold balloons pressing against the ceiling like a celebration that was never meant to include her. Jazz music drifts through the room. Champagne glasses clink. People are laughing. People are living a life she has been funding from a distance without ever once being invited inside it. She cannot move. Her heels are planted on the floor of the Grand Meridian Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia, and her chest is caving in slowly, the way a building does right before it collapses. Not all at once, quietly, one support beam at a time. Because there, 20 feet away, under the light of the biggest chandelier in the room, is her husband, Marcus Rowe. And he is hugging a woman. Not a handshake, not a polite hello. He has both arms wrapped around her, his face buried against the side of her neck, his shoulders relaxed in a way Calera has not seen in years. Like a man coming home, like a man who belongs somewhere completely. And pressed into his legs from both sides are two children. A little girl in a pink dress, maybe 5 years old, her face turned up toward him, grinning. A boy in a tiny blue suit, maybe 7, gripping his father's jacket with both fists. The woman pulls back from the hug. She cups Marcus's face in her hands. She kisses him once, slow, right on the mouth. He laughs, she laughs. The children laugh. Calera's hands tighten around the gold-wrapped box until the paper crinkles. Inside that box is a $2,400 watch, the kind Marcus always stopped to stare at through jewelry store glass, the kind he said one day he would buy when their lives finally got better. She purchased it 3 weeks ago. She worked 4 extra overnight shifts at the clinic to afford it. She wrapped it herself on a Tuesday night while he was supposedly at a meeting in Houston. She came here tonight because he said this dinner was for investors. She came here tonight because she wanted to surprise him. Hi viewers, have you ever worked and sacrificed for someone who was living a completely different life behind your back? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And if this story hits close to home, make sure you subscribe because what happens next to Calera will absolutely leave you speechless. She has been married to Marcus Rowe for 9 years. She has paid $187,000 of his debt. She gave up her own business, her own savings, her own chance at children. She believed every word he ever said. And now she is standing here with a birthday gift in her shaking hands, while his other family celebrates without her. What Calera does not know yet, what she cannot possibly imagine standing there in that ballroom, is that tonight is not the end of her story. Tonight is the beginning. Nobody looks at her yet. That is the strangest part. The room is full of people, 40, maybe 50 guests in formal wear, glasses raised, mouths moving, and not one of them notices the woman standing near the entrance holding a crumpled gift box like it is the only thing keeping her upright. Calera's throat is locked. She tries to swallow and cannot. Her jaw aches from how hard she is pressing her teeth together. The little girl breaks away from Marcus and spins in her pink dress. A waiter steps around her carefully. Someone near the bar starts laughing too loud at a joke Calera cannot hear. Normal, everything in this room is completely, unbearably normal. Marcus still has not seen her. His back is half-turned, one hand resting on the other woman's lower back, familiar, automatic, like a man who has done that 10,000 times. The woman is beautiful, not in a threatening way, in a real way. Natural hair pinned up, wearing a deep black gown with gold at the shoulders. She looks settled, comfortable. She looks like a wife. Kalira looks down at her own dress. Champagne-colored, beaded. She bought it 6 months ago for a work event and told herself tonight was the perfect occasion to finally wear it. She looks like a guest who showed up to the wrong party. Her phone buzzes in her clutch. She already knows what the message says before she opens it. Running late, don't wait up. These investors need more time. M. He sent that message at 8:47 p.m. She is looking at him right now. He is not late. He is not with investors. He is slow dancing a woman toward the center of the room while their daughter claps and their son tries to imitate his father's footwork. 9 years. Kalira puts the phone back in her clutch without responding. Her hands are no longer shaking. That is the thing about the moment when you finally understand a lie that has been running for nearly a decade. The shaking stops. The crying stops. What replaces it is something quieter and far more dangerous. Clarity. She turns toward the exit and walks directly into a woman coming the other way. The gift box falls. Both women grab for it. Their eyes meet, and the woman who catches it first goes very, very still. Because she is wearing the same champagne color. And she is holding a gold-wrapped box of her own. The woman's name is Denise Carr. She is 34 years old. She has been with Marcus Rowe for 6 years. She has 2 children with him, Jordan, 7, and Amara, 5. She owns a townhouse in Buckhead that he co-signed for. He told her he was divorced. She tells Kalira all of this in a hotel bathroom, both of them standing at the sink, neither one looking directly at the other in the mirror. Kalira's voice, when she finally finds it, comes out very low and very steady. He told me he had no children. He told me his finances were frozen from an old oil investment lawsuit. He has been asking me for money since our honeymoon. Denise's hands grip the edge of the sink. How much, she says. $187,000, over 9 years. The number lands in the bathroom like something physical. Denise closes her eyes. Her chest rises once, sharp, then settles. He asked me for $40,000 last March, she says quietly. He said his business partner ran off with the company funds. I took out a second mortgage. Neither woman speaks for a full minute. The music from the ballroom leaks faintly under the door. Someone out there is laughing. Someone is making a toast. Kalira looks at her own face in the mirror and barely recognizes herself. Not because she looks different, because she looks exactly the same. Same face she has been wearing for 9 years. Same patient eyes. Same jaw that learned how to stay soft when every instinct said tighten. She has been paying a man's fake debt. And across town, Denise Carr has been paying the same man's same fake debt. 2 women, 2 mortgages, 2 gold-wrapped birthday gifts. 1 man. Denise opens her eyes and looks at Kalira directly for the first time. What do we do? Kalira reaches into her clutch and pulls out her phone. She is already dialing. The person who answers on the 3rd ring is not the police. It is a woman named Petra Voss. And Petra Voss is a forensic financial investigator. And she has been building a case against Marcus Rowe for 11 months. Petra Voss does not waste words. She tells Kalira to leave the hotel immediately. She tells Denise the same. She says do not confront him tonight, do not let him know you have spoken to each other, and absolutely do not touch that gift box because she needs the receipt as a documented financial record. Both of you need to be at my office tomorrow morning, Petra says. 8 a.m. I need your bank records, your tax returns, and any wire transfers you can access digitally tonight. Kalira is sitting in her parked car outside the hotel, rain tapping against the windshield, the gold watch box on the passenger seat. You already know about him, Kalira says. It is not a question. Petra pauses for exactly 1 second. A client hired me 8 months ago, a woman in Houston. Her name is Gail Ackhaffer. She was involved with Marcus Rowe for 4 years. He took $62,000 from her through a series of fake tax lien invoices. Kalira's stomach drops. 3 women. How many are there? She says. Another pause. So far, we have confirmed 4. We believe there may be a 5th. The rain picks up. Kalira watches it slide down the glass in long, crooked lines. 4 women, combined losses she cannot yet calculate, 9 years of her life. She thinks about Marcus kissing his wife in that ballroom, the easy way his shoulders sat, the absolute comfort of a man who has never once been caught. That thought right there is the first thing that feels like fuel. She pulls out her bank app. Her fingers move fast. She screenshots 12 months of transfers. Every payment labeled household/tax legal fund/business recovery deposit. All of them going to the same account she now needs Petra to trace. Her phone buzzes. Marcus. Heading home soon, you asleep. Kalira stares at the message for a long time. Then she types back, not yet, take your time. She puts the phone face down on the seat. She drives. Marcus comes home at 1:14 a.m. Kalira is in bed with the lights off and her eyes wide open, listening to him move through their house. Keys on the hook, shoes dropped in the hallway, water running in the bathroom for exactly 2 minutes. She has heard these sounds 10,000 times. They used to feel like safety. Now they feel like a script. He slides into bed beside her in the dark. She keeps her breathing even. He puts a hand on her shoulder briefly, out of habit, not affection, and within 4 minutes he is asleep. She stares at the ceiling. At 2 a.m. she gets up. She goes to the home office and opens the filing cabinet with the small key she has had for years and never used. She was always too afraid of what trusting him meant. She should never need to look. She goes through every folder, tax records, business licenses, a lease agreement. The lease is for a property on Roswell Road in Atlanta. Her name is not on it. Denise Carr's name is not on it either. A third name, Simone Vickers, a property co-signed 8 months ago, $3,200 a month. Kalira photographs every page. At 3 a.m. she finds the second phone. It is taped to the back of the bottom filing drawer inside a sealed envelope. Prepaid. 14 contacts saved under initials only. 63 text messages. She reads them in order. Her face does not change. Her hands do not shake. She photographs those too. Then she puts everything back exactly as it was. Marcus is still asleep. He has no idea. At 7:45 the next morning, Kalira Monroe walks into Petra Voss's office on Peachtree Street, carrying a manila envelope and a flash drive. She is 15 minutes early. Denise is already there. They look at each other across the conference table, and neither one of them says a word. They do not need to. Petra lays everything out on the table, and it is worse than either woman expected. Marcus Rowe has been running a structured affinity fraud for at least 12 years, targeting professional women with stable incomes, presenting himself as a businessman in temporary financial distress, establishing emotional dependency before introducing the debt story, and extracting funds in amounts small enough to avoid immediate banking flags. Total confirmed losses across 4 women, $412,000. The 5th woman has not yet come forward. Marcus does not own a business. The oil investment lawsuit, the collapsed equipment contract, the frozen IRS account, none of it is real. All of it is the same story recycled into different details for different women. He is not drowning in debt. He has $94,000 in a private account under his mother's name. Kalira sits very still. She thinks about the nights she fell asleep with her laptop open, the freelance work that paid for his fictional tax attorneys, the condo she did not buy, the baby she did not have, the business she did not open. She gave up everything for a lie that was not even original. He told the exact same lie to 4 women. "Can we get the money back?" Denise asks. Petra opens a second folder. A civil suit with coordinated plaintiffs and documented financial evidence can pursue full restitution plus damages. There is also a federal wire fraud angle the U.S. Attorney's Office will be interested in. How long, Kalira says. 6 to 9 months with cooperation, 18 if he stalls. Then Kalira asks the question she has been holding since 3 a.m. His mother, the account the money is parked in, does she know? Petra's face answers before her words do. She signed the account paperwork 2 years ago. The room goes quiet. Outside the window, Atlanta traffic moves in the ordinary way of a city that does not know what is sitting inside this conference room. Kalira looks out at it, all those cars, all those people moving through regular Tuesday morning lives, and something inside her makes a decision so clean and so final that it barely even registers as a choice. She is not waiting 18 months. She is going to end this faster. She goes back to work on Wednesday like nothing has changed. Petra was specific: do not change your routine. Do not withdraw funds. Do not let him feel anything shift. Kalira sits at her desk in the pediatric billing office and processes insurance claims and eats her lunch at 12:30 the same way she always does. Her coworker Tavira Holt stops by around 2 p.m. and studies her face for a long moment without saying anything. Then Tavira pulls up a chair. "You found out," she says quietly. "Found out what?" "Whatever it was, you were afraid to find out." The office hum fills the silence between them. "I need you to do something for me," Kalira says. "Off the books. Marcus's associate, the one he calls Bryson. I need a real name and a real address. I think Bryson is a front." Tavira is a licensed notary and former paralegal. She has access to Georgia Secretary of State business filing records. Within 2 hours, she sends Kalira a text. Bryson Capital Group LLC, registered 2019, Registered agent Marcus A. Rowe. He is Bryson. He made up his own business partner. Kalira forwards the filing to Petra. Petra calls back in 11 minutes. This is the piece we needed. This connects the fake business entity to the wire transfers. This is federal. She pauses. The fifth woman came forward this morning. Her name is Yvette Sims. She's a nurse in Charlotte. He was with her for 3 years. She transferred $55,000. Kalira closes her eyes. 5 women, $467,000. She thinks about Marcus at 1:14 a.m., hand on her shoulder, practiced and perfectly at peace. She thinks not for much longer. And if you are watching this right now, and something about this story is pulling at something in your own chest, stay with us. Because what happens in the next 3 chapters is the part people replay twice. The federal warrant is issued on a Thursday morning, 41 days after Kalira Monroe stood in the Grand Meridian Ballroom holding a birthday gift she never gave. Marcus is arrested at 7:22 a.m. at the house they share, still in the gray t-shirt he slept in. Kalira is not there. She spent the night at Tavira's apartment. She gets the call at 7:31. She sits on the edge of the guest bed and listens to Petra's voice and does not cry. Not because she is numb, because every inch of available space in her chest is currently occupied by something she did not expect to feel. Relief. Not the relief of escape, the relief of being right, the relief of finding out that the voice that kept saying something is wrong for 9 years was not paranoid, was not ungrateful, was not, as Marcus told her once during an argument, too sensitive for her own good. Was correct. The charges are wire fraud, interstate financial fraud, and conspiracy to commit financial exploitation, 5 counts. Total documented transfers, $467,000. A money laundering charge is added, tied to the account in his mother's name. The civil suit, filed by all 5 women jointly and represented by attorney Douglas Fenn, seeks full restitution plus $300,000 in combined damages. Marcus pleads not guilty. He changes that plea 6 weeks later, because Douglas Fenn subpoenas the prepaid phone. All 63 messages, printed, entered into evidence. On the 4th Tuesday of March, in a federal courtroom in Atlanta, Marcus Aurelius Rowe pleads guilty to 3 of 5 counts. He is sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. Restitution ordered, full repayment to all 5 women. The gavel comes down. Kalira is sitting in the gallery in a navy blue blouse and flat shoes. No jewelry, no performance. She watches Marcus walk out beside a marshal without once turning around. She had expected to feel something large. She does not. She feels like a woman who cleaned out a drawer that had been stuck for 9 years. She gets up and walks outside into the March air. Tavira is waiting on the courthouse steps. 3 things happen over the next 60 days. The first, Kalira receives a restitution payment of $187,000. It arrives as a wire transfer on a Wednesday afternoon. She sits with her phone in her hand for a long time after the notification comes through. Then she transfers $40,000 to a savings account she names in her banking app, First Step. The second, she files paperwork to officially register Monroe Pediatric Billing Solutions, LLC, the consultancy she shelved 11 years ago when she believed a man who told her the timing was wrong. The registration costs $150. She pays it from savings she rebuilt during 8 months of double shifts. Tavira is her first client. The third thing, Denise Carr calls her. Not to discuss the case. She calls to ask if Kalira would be willing to meet her and the children for coffee. She says Jordan has been having a hard time understanding why his father is gone, and something about the steadiness she saw in Kalira that night in the hotel bathroom made her feel like maybe they do not have to be enemies. They are not enemies. They meet at a coffee shop on a Saturday morning. Jordan orders a hot chocolate. Amara draws a picture of a butterfly on a napkin and gives it to Kalira without explanation. Kalira folds it carefully and puts it in her purse. And right here, this is the moment viewers need to pause on. Because while Marcus is sitting in a federal facility in Alabama, these two women are having coffee. They are choosing to be human with each other instead of bitter. That is not weakness. That is the hardest kind of strength there is. She drives home afterward with both hands on the wheel, the radio off, windows down, Atlanta air warm and green, and full of something that might be spring. She is 37 years old. She has $147,000 in the bank, a business in her own name, and 11 years of experience that belongs entirely to her. She is starting from the beginning. She is not afraid of the beginning. 14 months later, Monroe Pediatric Billing Solutions has 12 clients across Georgia, Texas, and North Carolina. Kalira has a small team, 3 contractors, all women she found through professional networks. She works from a home office in a 2-bedroom apartment in Decatur that she chose herself, signed herself, and furnished herself over 3 slow and intentional weekends. The walls are the color of the inside of a peach. She picked that color at 11 p.m. on a Sunday with paint swatches spread across the kitchen floor, her laptop open to a billing proposal, a cup of cold coffee at her elbow. She does not work 70-hour weeks anymore. Tavira throws her a 1-year business anniversary dinner in April. 6 people at the table. Lemon chicken and cornbread, and a grocery store cake with Monroe billing written in uneven blue icing, because Tavira spelled it wrong and they laughed until Kalira's eyes watered. That is the first time she cries since the hotel bathroom. Good tears, the kind that means something shifted into place permanently. Marcus Rowe serves his sentence in Alabama. She does not track it. She does not search his name. When someone mentions him, she responds with a single lift of her shoulders and moves on, not because she is performing indifference, because she genuinely does not find him interesting anymore. He is a chapter she finished. She is on a different page now. On a Tuesday in June, Kalira drives past a jewelry store near her office and slows down. She parks the car. She goes inside. She buys herself a simple gold bracelet. $78, the kind of thing that does not need a reason. She puts it on at the counter and walks back out into the sun. She does not wait for anyone to tell her the timing is right. The timing is right because she decided it is. He thought he was using her patience against her. He was actually watching her build the kind of endurance that outlasts everything, including him. If this story moved something in you today, if you know someone who has been sacrificing in silence, carrying a weight that was never theirs to carry, waiting on a life that kept getting postponed by someone else's design, share this story with them right now. Your share might be the moment they realize they are not crazy, not too sensitive, and not alone. Like this video, so more people who need it can find it. And join this community, because we tell stories here about what happens when ordinary people finally decide they have had enough. You are not what someone else's lie made you. You are what you choose to build when the truth finally sets you free.